my beloved tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. Here we go. We're going to talk about judgments, and this is something that I am a master of. I have completely had this as one of my most debilitating traits. So I'm really excited to talk about this because I want to share with you a tool of judgment and replacing it with one of the most exciting things that you can possibly do to release judgments. Are you ready? You ready to do this? Because I am not alone in this. This is one that is imperative to talk about. So the specific question is, are you judgmental of how you sound? And it impairs you. It holds you back from being able to express your true self. This is what we want to talk about. So I'm going to give you an example of like the worst case scenario of what judgment can look like. I was just recording my new album in October in LA. I have a sound engineer in LA, and he gave me an example of one of the other clients that he works with. Actually, this isn't just one person. He said this is kind of a general thing that happens with his clients, is that people come in and they schedule time with him in the studio, and then they have this song and it sounds spectacular, and yet they are so critical and so judgmental of it that they work weeks, and weeks turn into months, and months sometimes turn into a year or two, and they do not ever release the album that they're working on. And he doesn't mind because he just gets to have people keep coming in and paying for that studio time. But he sees it as a shame because there's always the never-ending criticism. It continues on and on. Now, I want to share with you that this video is not for anyone who feels like, yeah, that's appropriate for you to get to a level of perfectionism. If that's where you're at and you need to do that, then by all means do that. This is not for you. I am talking specifically to those of you who know that you are not just a musician, but you are also inherently, deeply, profoundly on this earth to be music medicine. This is different, tribe. That's why I'm particularly talking to you. So I want to share with you that when I went in and did my music, I did something a very specific way with him. And working with him, he saw the difference of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So what I did, instead of having it to be perfected, and critically, harshly judging it the whole time in the studio, I got very well rehearsed for months. And then I booked the studio time with him for 7 days. And then I came in with a very humbled, ceremonial bow into this sacred space, knowing that I was creating music medicine. And I energetically and ceremoniously took off my shoes as I came into this special place that was going to be a vessel for me to be able to hold this medicine of my heart through music. And then I released and completely opened my heart and said, I am now yours. However you'd like to come through me, however it gets to sound, we are recording this, and this is my offering. And then I recorded those well-rehearsed songs for 7 days, and I did 11 songs in 7 days, which it was all so of the highest vibration that I could offer. And then we were done and complete. And there are things in there that I would be like, oh, I'd like to change that, but not to the extent of me having to go back and criticize, because my heart has been imprinted upon this album. And now it's in the mixing, mastering stages, and it's going to be released later this year. This is the difference between a music medicine holder and just a musician who wants to perfect their art. Now, I am all about you being well rehearsed, getting those voice lessons, making sure that you're on pitch. I got that. I am not saying otherwise, but not at the cost of you not being why you're here. And this is what I want to emphasize. I want to go a little bit deeper into this. Number one, I want you to get very clear. If you are someone who is self-judgmental, or you are judgmental of others, then I want to tell you this one phrase that I do not want you to ever forget, those of you who are judgmental. And I know, I just admitted at the beginning, this is one of my biggest things that I've had going on. So I get to assist you to overcome this when you're ready. Are you ready? Judgments equal safety. When you are judging yourself, I'm going to just stick with judging yourself, okay? Because there's judging others. That's a whole thing. But it's a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Judgments equals safety. When you are judging yourself, you are in the safety zone. You can always never-endingly judge yourself. It goes on forever and ever. You can continue to stay behind the closed doors of never being good enough. That's a really safe place to be. If you actually allowed yourself to just be out there and be open and let it be enough, you're not safe. That's extremely vulnerable. You're opening yourself up to everyone else's criticisms. Everyone else can have their opinions about you. But if you're always having this space of I'm not good enough, it's a very safe place to be. Do you understand that? If that takes a minute, let it seep in. That's what was happening with this example of the woman in the studio, the one he told me about. But this is in general, not just studio time. It's that level of safety. You're never enough, and it's such a lovely place to stay safe in. And no one can criticize you. No one can touch you like that, because you can always say, well, it's not good enough. Well, oh, I'm still working on it. Oh, no, you can't hear any of my music because I haven't perfected it yet. Safe, 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 safe. Safety equals, judgment equals safety. And the result of that, I want you to get deep into. I want to share with you that you are missing the whole point of being the spiritual leader. If you're just a musician, then by all means, go out there and be critiquing other people and yourself, and go into top-notch competitions and be in that arena. But you are missing the point as you being a spiritual leader. And at what cost is the judgment? Let me get a little deeper with that. You want to refine yourself as a musician, okay? You want to do that, but at the cost, it's too much of a cost for you to let go of who you really are. And I want to get a little bit deeper into that. Number one is that as a musician holding medicine, you're not allowing people to completely receive your gift. It comes at a cost for the listener. You're judging it so much that it has that energy, that vibration of, it's not good enough, but here you go. Here you go. Or if you're gonna stay in your bubble so much so that it's not good enough, so you're never gonna hear it. Or you're gonna only hear a tiny bit, but it's not good enough. So you are completely holding back your medicine for the world. And that's the cost, tribe. So there are people suffering. I want you to get this. There are people suffering out there who are asking for your music medicine, and you are being held back because of your judgments. Then you're not letting people get your gifts. And that is the cost of your judgments. And number two is that the cost is so high that you're not enjoying the bliss of your music medicine yourself. Your music medicine was given to you for you to enjoy your life, to feel fulfilled, to be part of the contribution of the whole collective consciousness. There's so much innate joy available to you, and you're missing it because you're just judging it and just criticizing it so much. You're missing all of the joy, and that's a high cost. And you're separating yourself from that medicine for yourself and for others. So these are the consequences for you to stay where you're at. And it is too uncomfortable. And the risks are too high. The costs are too high. So I want to share with you the solution, or at least a tip, a tool that I have been able to utilize. Are you ready? You ready to hear this? I'll wait for you to be even more ready. Go ahead. Open your heart some more. Don't just listen to me. Let it seep down deeper. Judgments, criticisms. Tell yourself that you're done with it starting today. You're just like so over it. The cost is too high. Here we go. Your heart is where the medicine is. And that's why this tribe is so completely, consistently connecting to heart, and you can feel it. So the solution that I offer you is to celebrate. What I found in my own life is that judgments jealousies, all of these things can be overcome with celebrating one another. Celebrate other musicians. I'm not going to even touch what you get to do in your own inner processes for you to eliminate judgments. You do that work. I would like to tell you that the tool applies for you as well, for you to celebrate yourself, celebrate those things. But my goodness, some of you go so deep in it, it's too hard, it's too thick. So what you can do is just take a breath. When you start to see yourself judging yourself, take a breath, come out of yourself for about 2 minutes. Come into this tribe and rip roar through the tribe, celebrating the other musicians. This is a way for you to get into the spiral of positivity, enthusiasm, inner child, play, enjoyment. Go into those videos, and I'm going to share with you again that every single one of these tribe members has something to share because they're here and they're authentic. And so I don't care personally, when I like your videos, when I love your videos, I don't care how in tune you are. I don't care about the composition of the song or the lyrics of if they rhyme. I don't care if you are off key. I don't care. I'm looking for your heart. If you share your heart with me, I'm going to feel it. I have a heart wide open, ready to receive your heart. And so I ask you to do the same. This is the tool. When you find yourself in those judgments, take yourself out, take a breath, come in here, and start to just listen to each other's hearts. And no matter who is sharing with us, there is something to celebrate, whoever they are. Find the thing. Even if you have to dig in there, and specifically, and I'm saying especially if it doesn't come easily to you. If someone's video and you're like, I don't resonate with this, find something in that video that you can celebrate. This is the tool, because you can see how that reflects back to yourself then. You find celebration in everyone else's music, you're going to be creating a harmony around you to then receive it for yourself. I can celebrate the musician that I am. And then your true self has more of a chance to come through. You'll find a whole way of being with your music. So with all of what I said, I want you to identify and take this to heart too. Choose if you're going to be music medicine or not. If you're going to be music medicine, it's totally different than just being an entertainer or a performer that has no idea what a spiritual leader is. That's different. If you're going to be music medicine, then it's worth doing the inner work to release this, to anchor in the light of celebration and moving forward. So when you're ready to do that and take that authentic voice as your professional career as music medicine, then you get to reach out to me. And we can make that strategy and get you the results of being a professional music medicine holder. I want to actually end with one of the tips that my sound engineer gave me. This was so beautiful. You're going to love this. So in the music industry, he's been in the music industry in LA for like 20, 25 years, and he's seen a lot come and go. And he shared with me why he appreciated so much our time together in the studio. And we're great friends now because of this experience, because I brought such a ceremonial air and saying, your stage now, your recording studio is now sacred space for me. And he got it. He totally got it. He said that the new wave of the music industry that he's seen in LA is that the producers, the listeners, the audiences, people are really getting tired of that polished sound. And the reason why is because it's just not real. People are looking for something that's real. And specifically, he gave the example of now there's technology where you can go in there and completely be off pitch, and you can have the pitch refinement tools so that you can do anything with that. The technology makes it so that you can get away with a lot as a musician going in there. And he said that that's been so done now that the music industry and the trends that are happening is that the listeners and the audience and the producers and the engineers, they're looking for what's real. They're looking for what's authentic. And people want to connect with musicians now as if you are sitting on a porch under the stars with your favorite musician and listening to that level of authenticity and heart. And so that he really appreciated what I was able to offer with him. And we had this fantastic open-hearted experience in the studio together. And I offer that to you as you do your work around judgment, so that you know that you're right on track. We are right on track as the collective consciousness of the planet, but also specifically the music industry, that this is what listeners want. This is what your listeners want. People want heart. They want authenticity, and they want you to offer it to them with who you really are in being your true self. So with all of those tips, strategies, suggestions, when you're ready to go the distance and go further in and allow yourself to do this as a professional career, get out of your own way and private message me. We're ready to go to the distance together, and I'm here as a resource for you. I want to say hi to everyone who's here. We have all sorts of people. I love it. Lily, thank you. She said, thank you for this. I need this exactly right now. This is powerful. We have Joshua, Nick, Ethan, Michael, Lumina, hi. And I can't see who else might be here because it won't let me scroll. But lots of love to you all today. I look forward to talking to you one-on-one. Private message me when you're ready to do that. We're going to go the distance, and I'll get you those results that you're looking for as a professional musician. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Lots of love.